It's Target Series time at Daytona. The Hershey Kisses 300, the season opener of the Target Series season number 5. So the 5th season of the Target Series kicked off with a bang here today at Daytona. On pole for this race is Luke Rainey in the 72s, outside the 62, Jennifer Buford. Then 30 of John Gambit. 4th is Jonathan Buford. Running out the top 5, you got Levi Shones. Then 60 you have Christian Parker. 7th is Marcos Yepes. 8th, John West. 9th, Michael Sanders. Running out the top 10, you got Jim Gambit. Then for the rest of the field, we got Roland Emmerich, TJ Henley, 2's outside. Then Roland Cook and Jay Jefferson, along with the 01 of James DeCurligan and Tim Randolph. Then got Gatton Downey and Marcus Sachi. Jonathan Rains and Colton Yo. Isaac Nichols and Jeff Bright. Then got Steve Morgan and Patrick Smith. Jose Fernandez and Jake Galloway. Michael Ferris and Code Luigi. Then got Wyatt Walker and Steve Larker. Joe Sandrovich and Joe Jefferson. Adam McDowell and Alexander Rowe. Then got Juan Garcia and Jason Larker. Eli Bright and Justin Heath, Max Anderson and Jake West, and then running out the field, we got Alex Stewart and Justin Zidell to his outside in the number 6. So there's your 42-car field here at Daytona. As we get set to go green, let's get our command.
I'm Staff Sergeant Proto with the soldiers of the 1st Cavalry Division. Gentlemen, start your engines!
All right, everybody, just like what we talked about in the transporter, nice and easy. It's a long race, settle in. It'll be nice and smooth. Go out there and kick some butt tonight. This is your house. Let's prove it to them.
And 42 cars roll off the starting grid here at Daytona. As we get set to go green, the Hershey Kisses 300 should be one wild race. Gonna be close quarters racing here today. 3 wide, 4 wide is where it gets ugly. As they will pace off turn number 4. Get set to go green for 18 laps at Daytona. So off of 4 they come. Pace car. Gonna make the hard left-hand turn to pit road. Luke Rainey gonna lead the field to the green. It's in his hands as he enters the restart zone. We're racing at Daytona! Down the back, Luke Rain from the pole leading, but here comes Levi Shones to the bottom, number 15. Arguably the best driver last season, looking for the race lead here in race 1 of season 5. Rainey gonna try and lead lap 1 as they come off of 4. 3 wide are in the pack, off of 4 they come. Luke Rainey has Levi Shones behind him to the stripe. Rainey from the pole leads lap number 1 of season number 5. And Levi Shones put the car he drove last season in the middle of a 3 wide there on the start. Very aggressive move by Shones to get to that second position, but it's going to be lost as Michael Sanders goes 3 wide to the bottom. And the pack is now 3 by 3 by 3 all the way back. Here comes the 51, Roland Emmerich on the bottom lane. He's there on the bottom. He'll be looking for second now. As Sanders moves up with Rainey, now peeking out of line for that 60 car. Not enough of a run to do it. Shuffling. Already gonna go 4 wide early on. That's from the second position. This could get ugly. Watch Sachi. Watch the 01 as well. Can they make it off of 4? They're beating and banging, and they somehow hang on to the cars, but they're still gonna go 4 wide in the tri-oval. DeCurligan, Sachi around with the 9, the 7 involved as well. 3 cars spin to the insides. Marcus Sachi, Jonathan Rains, and Isaac Nichols. Can't tell if the caution is out or not. No yellow yet. They get off the track. The 09 and the 22 had some skirmish. They have now slowed half the pack. Front few get away. The rest trying to play catch up now. As 3 cars went spinning to the infield. No yellow comes out. Luke Rainey still your race leader. Sachi has gotten rolling. Nichols and Jonathan Rains have also gotten away. But they're going to have to hope for a quick yellow or they will get caught a lap down. Also some damage on the 66 and the 7. They might have a tire rub there. Watch for that. So there are, in this pack, 11 cars. Then 12th place is going to be Jose Fernandez in the 22. Behind him, good friend Joe Sandrovich, Michael Ferris also there. Those are two teammates side by side. Now these guys are going to try and catch the front few. If they get into that draft, they will definitely run them down. The question is, can they get there in time, or will caution come out and just put everyone together? As you can see right there, Luke Rainey has been put to the high side by Jonathan Beeford, who is going to be your race leader now. The 41 follows him through with Marcos Yepes, and then DeCurligond and John West there in 4th. Rounding out the top 5, you can see right there the 40 of Christian Parker. How about TJ Hanley in the 44 through the middle? He's going to try and clear that 15 down low. Levi Jones is a little bit slower right there, and I believe Hanley almost had enough there to clear. Not quite, but that 44 looks pretty fast in that middle lane. And he just needs some help. He has the help from the 31 of Jim Gambit. If he get enough help here down this backstretch, he could be able to clear and have a shot. Look at the 01 blocking the 89. Not going to be able to work. John West moves to the inside. I believe that 41 should be able to stay clear as they hit the end of the backstretch. You can see everyone now forming in line. Here they come. The rest of the field is coming as TJ Hanley did get clear. That 44 car is fast here today. Look at the run he has into the top 5, going for 4th. Hanley going to try and get himself into the chase. Target Series has undoubtedly been his playground. Season 1 he won at Daytona. It was a lackluster season pretty much. He got, I believe, a top 20 in points. If it wasn't, it was a decent amount spot in points. Season number 2 he ends up runner-up. Season 3 he ends up runner-up in points. Season 4 he made the chase, just had a lackluster final 7 races and ends up towards the back of the chase points. But otherwise, Hanley has had some pretty good Target Series seasons. Looking to have another one here in Season 5, and how would it be if he could kick it off with a win at Daytona? As the front 2 clear got away. Yepes and Jonathan Buford right now 1-2. Roland Emmerich now to 3rd. The battle for 4th is going to go 3 wide. Joe Sandrovich makes a move to the bottom of number 20. He has Jeff Bright as the pusher. Bright, last season's champion and Season 1 champion, so he knows how to get it done in the Target Series. Multi-time champion. And Sandrovich finished runner-up in Season 1 to that number 5. And won the Hershey Kisses 300 back in Season 1. As Roland Emmerich peaks low for the race lead. See, Justin Zeidel going to try and keep with that pack, but looks like he's losing the draft ever so slightly right there. Come to 11 laps to go. They're still side by side for the race lead. Getting a little close in the pack. And then Yepes almost makes some contact there. Able to straighten out as Emmerich leads. Jones going for second in number 15. Luke Rainey is behind him. The pusher, the 32 of Code Luigi is also there. As they're back to 3x3x3. I think they're about to catch the 66 of Marcus Sachi. That'll be very big. Sachi's going to want a caution flag right here. Then we come into 10 laps to go. We have no double foul restarts this season. And doesn't want to go a lap down, obviously. He wants a caution to get to pit road, repair that damage, and just have a shot to gain positions or even win. He can get up to the front very quickly here at Daytona. Jones comes down to cover the spot from the second position. Meanwhile, the 51 continuing to lead. Code Luigi going to try and get clear to 3rd. In 4th, it's now Christian Parker. Parker going to be looking for 3rd. Luigi tried to protect that position. Jones gets down in line. There's some big shuffling happen off turn number 4. I don't know if that's the cars just getting loose or if that's them trying to block the inside lane, but very, very close there to crashing. So halfway this time by. The 6 has lost the draft. Justin Zeidel, so he definitely wants a caution flag as well to try and get caught up, just get in line. Who knows what can happen here at Daytona, even if the leaders wreck, you know? Get a caution, get caught up, who knows? Parker can be side by side with the 51 down the backstretch, but the 60 car of Michael Sanders giving the draft to the 51. Parker, however, with the help from the 52 of Gatlin Downey. Got the 16 of Adam McDowell on the inside lane. The 88 coming up to the front of Eli Bright. The 33 as well as Steve Larker. Back in the pack 3 wise, Christian Parker leads at Daytona with now 9 laps to go at halfway. 16, Adam McDowell going to get forced 3 wide. Here comes Eli Bright, the 88, Steve Larker behind him. Michael Sanders goes to the middle lane, thinking that might be the place to be. You have to set yourself up for the end here at Daytona. And you can never predict when a caution might come out. See the pack back there. It's very, very close. The 33 Steve Larker going to be going for second right here. Has the 04 pushing him. Max Anderson. I've talked about Anderson all day. DeCurligan back up to the front. The 01 on the inside lane. Third on the bottom. Jake Galloway also down there. He has his teammate behind him, the 18 of Michael Ferris. Ferris did decent in the truck race. Led a few laps. Just fell back. Never was able to recover. And ended up outside the top 10. But definitely had a great truck. So looking for redemption here in the target race. The Hershey Kisses 300. It's the 01. Peaks low. 3 wide for second. And Christian Parker, loving what he's seen. He's able to get down in line. Block. And he has a good car out front. But here comes the field as they're now going to get single file behind him. Do they have runs for him? Look at the 01 with a pretty big run. The 11 moves up to the middle. The 01 onto the back bumper. The 40 now. Here comes DeCurligan to the bottom lane. He's going to get down for Michael Ferris right here. The 23 as well. Justin Heath is there. Getting down to the wire. Michael Ferris to the bottom. Heath behind him. The 19th Juan Garcia there as well. Just 7 laps to go at Daytona. Here comes Justin Heath to the bottom lane, 3 wide. Garcia going to try and follow him through. The 62 is there. They're going to catch the 66. Jennifer Buford there on the bottom lane. The 62 we mentioned. The 14, Jake West is there. West drove that 14 car season number 2 to a couple of victories and a pretty good points position. Look at them. They're going to go 3 wide possibly right here. Jennifer Buford to the bottom lane. Can Justin Heath get down line? He does in front of the 62. But how does the 66 of Marcus Sacchi affect this? Is he slowing off pace because he's lost the draft, or does he have some damage to that car? We're about to find out once they catch him. Buford going to pull out of line right here. 2 teammates coming up to the front. The 81 of Wyatt Walker, the 82 of Alexander Rowe are nose to tail in the bottom lane. But it looked like the 81 moves up of Walker and is going to get put to the middle lane by his teammate. Coming around to spot 5 to go this time. Teammates now. Jennifer Buford catches teammate Marcus Sacchi. Sacchi going to go to the middle. Buford going to try and get around the outside. The middle lane going to get blocked just a little bit right here. Oh, Sacchi almost goes up into Heath. And now if he gets into that draft, he might actually be fast. Yeah, it looks like he's not slow because of damage. It looks like he just did not have the draft. So slows up the middle lane for a little bit. But they're going to try and get it going again. Sacchi moved up to the top lane. Coming to 5 laps to go. Roland Cook to the bottom. The 09 of Patrick Smith is the one behind him. And here comes the 4 of Jason Larker. 3 wide now. Patrick Smith to the bottom. They're going to catch another lap car. It's the 9 and the 7. So both of them, they might be a little bit off pace, but they're not as much as the 66. They probably will not impact the field as much. And remember, if a yellow now comes out, the race is over because they're coming to 4 laps to go. So a caution coming out could end it. How about the 22 down to the bottom lane? Jose Fernandez in the 3rd position. Behind him, the 38 of John Gambit in 4th. And then the 1 just behind him of Jay Jefferson. I've talked about Jefferson all day long. He's now up there at crunch time with now 4 laps to go at Daytona in the Hershey Kisses 300. Jay Jefferson to 4th. Here comes Jose Fernandez for the 2nd position in the number 22. Behind him is at the 39 coming up to the front. Alex Stewart, the 31. Jim Gambit is his pusher. Jeffrey Buford's been lean for a while. Can she hold on? Yeah, they're catching that 9, that 7 pretty fast. Buford gonna have to think about where to go. She goes to the high side. Gets to the outside of the 9. The 22 fills low to the bottom. Does Fernandez have enough for a run? Buford trying to get around the outside. She does. Now slices down to the bottom. Sacchi gets down front. And now 3 to go at Daytona. And they're stacked up trying to get around the lap cars. The 62 now moves out of line. Oh, around goes the 9 into the pack. The big win at Daytona. And the whole field involved. Yellow comes out. And I believe the only car to get away, the 60. Here comes Joe Sandrovich in the 20. Does he have a run for Jeffrey Buford entering turn number 3? This is the race back to the line right here. Through 3 and 4. Buford trying to left Sandrovich. 20 car, no run yet. Jennifer Buford leads them back to the yellow and will most likely win the Hershey Kisses 300 if she can coast it for 2 laps. 4 cars get away. 5th Gatlin Downey, Michael Sanders, John West, Max Anderson, Jake Galloway, Levi Shones, Joe Jefferson get away. Some brights come across the line, some others, but not many without damage. The whole field taken out. Look at the devastation. The 44 coasting back, the 01, the 33. And Jennifer Buford should be able to win here at Daytona. She has to coast it around 1.5 laps to get to victory lane. Now let's see what caused that crash. It looked like the 9 was in the middle of the pack and kind of just caused that accident maybe. You can see what happened right here. They got 4 wide. Jonathan Reed's trying to get up to the top in front of the 1 car. And he just moves up too late. The 1 is out there. Jefferson clips it into the outside wall. And it's on from there. 39 spins down to the 15. Or excuse me, that's the 41. The 44 goes around. The 1 up into the outside wall. The 50. Some others take some evasive action to the bottom. Great moves there. But then others just have nowhere to go and pile in. And what a big crash. And what goes up must come down. And it certainly came down from the banking. Yeah, pretty big crash there. Happened towards the front of the pack, so you can see why. Just gets the whole bottom link. See the 20 and the 31 get away. They got 3 wide. If maybe the 31 and the 20 stayed in line, they possibly could have passed that 62. But Sandrovich thought he could get it himself and tried everything he could right there. You can see right here, just not many cars get away. Hanley backs it hard into the outside wall. That's a very, very hard crash. Let's go on board with a few drivers. Jeff Brent, the 5, last season's champion, hits the binders, and I believe he's actually able to escape this. He gets a pretty decent finish. Not much damage there. The 5 of Jeff Bright. Great job getting around the outside. The 33 is Steve Locker involved with an onboard camera. He just gets into it at the end. Thought he had missed it. The 44 came down the track in front of him. Joe Jefferson, the 30, able to take evasive action to miss it. The 44, TJ Hanley, unexpectedly spun around in this and makes some heavy contact with the outside wall. And that's a shame because TJ was setting himself up well to win that race, or at least have a position to win the race. He was getting up there at the right time. Then Levi Shones on the 15 follows the 11 through this one. Well, the big one strikes at Daytona, happens late, ends the race under yellow. And it ends up with Jennifer Buford in victory lane. As you look at this slowed down. Yep, just comes up into the 1. Jefferson, nothing you can do there. He's on the gas. You can't let off at Daytona. It's 3 laps to go, coming to 2 laps to go. You can see right there the 62, the 31, the 22, and the 20 all ahead of it. The 44 slides up the track. If he slipped just a second later, possibly would have gotten the 52 and the others. And the 44 backs it hard into the outside wall. And it's on from there. Some great camera work here. As you can see, all the cars involved. And it is one big, nasty crash and pretty hard hits. The 16, one of the cars with the most damage. Adam McDowell just in the middle of it all, nowhere to go. You see the 66 lap car goes around the outside. Some cars getting around the outside, able to escape it. Meanwhile, the 66's teammate, Jennifer Buford, up front and holds off Josie Androvich and the others. And she is going to win here at Daytona, as I believe she just took the white flag right there. And we'll see her take the checkered flag as Jennifer Buford picks up a win and potentially locks herself into the chase. She still has to be one of the top 12 winners. But when Daytona going to kick off her season on the right foot. So to the checkered flag, Jennifer Buford in the 62 with the victory. Sandrovich comes up close in second. And then the others behind, checkers out for Jennifer Buford as she wins here at Daytona. 62 crossed the line with the race win, and the others come across as the big one ends the race prematurely, as Jennifer Buford benefits from it to get to victory lane at Daytona. Let's go check the finishing results. So here are the finishing results from the Hershey Kisses 300 at Daytona. There was only one caution flag for that big one, of course, and there were 6 lead changes among 7 different drivers. Jennifer Buford, from the second position, leads the most laps at 6, which wasn't even a lot. That's about a third of the way, or a third of the race. To get to victory lane, Josie Androvich close in second, Jose Fernandez in third, Jim Gammett fourth, Gatlin Downey in fifth. They got Michael Sanders in sixth, John West seventh, Max Harrison eighth, Jake Galloway in ninth, and Levi Jones rounding up the top 10. There's your top 20. You can see these guys. Some of these guys got pretty lucky missing the crash. Others back here got some damage, like towards the bottom of the top 20, and then of course you see outside the top 20 right here. A lot of these guys had damage, and it ends up with 36 on the lead lap and 39 running at the end. TJ Hanley, one of them to retire, along with James DeCurligan and Steve Larker also retired. So 3 cars out from that crash: Hanley, DeCurligan, and Steve Larker. So they have some work to do to gain their way up through the points this season. Let's now actually go check those point standings. So here are the points. Jennifer Buford, of course, has the points lead by 15 points because she led the most laps. So she got 5 for leading, bonus points for winning, and then, of course, 5 for leading the most laps. So that's why she has a 15-point gap over Joe Sandro, Jose Fernandez, Jim Gammett, Gatlin Downey, Michael Sanders, John West, Max Anderson, Jake Galloway, and Levi Jones running up the top 10. No real changes. If you light a lap, you might move up a position or two, but otherwise pretty stable points where everyone finished. So a wild Daytona race. Gonna carve the next 32 races. And now we have a good understanding of who may have the luck, who may have the car. We saw some cars that were really fast this race. We saw some guys that had some really good luck missing the wreck, some that didn't. It's going to be very interesting to see how the rest of the season goes, as the next race will be at Auto Club, the Auto Club 250. See you guys then.